All right, for tonight's assignment, we need to do the stretch 1 and 2. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Consider the first two terms, -6 and 18. So we want to figure out if it is, for question 1, if it's arithmetic, what are the next terms going to be? So if it's arithmetic, what we are looking for is a common difference. And what we should be doing is either adding or subtracting to go from one term to the next. So from -6 to 18, what is that increasing by? And I could see somebody say plus 12, but that is not the case. -6 plus 12 does not take you to 18. That is a difference of 24. So my common difference is a plus 24. So let's go ahead and continue on this pattern. After 18, doing arithmetic, it should be then 18 plus 24 gives me a 42, then a 66, then a 90. Keep adding 24. Okay. Now write a function to represent the sequence. On that, we are not there yet to write that, so it's a stretch. If you can at least do that first part, I'm good to go. On the second one, we're starting off again at -6 and 18, but this time we want a geometric sequence, so we are looking for a common ratio. So for the common ratio, I want to see how we can multiply to go from -6 to 18. Well, to go from -6 to 18, 6 to 18 is a multiplication of 3, but one's negative and one's positive, and the only way that's going to happen is if the common ratio is -3. So we're going to multiply by -3. So -6 times -3 is 18. 18 times -3 is -54. Times by -3 is 162. Times it by -3 is -486. Times it by -3 is 1458. Times it by -3, it's -4,374. Same thing. Trying to write that function, we are way not there yet, so we'll move on. I asked you to review 1, 2, and 4. So let's look at the review here in question 1. Juan updates his blog regularly with trivia questions for readers to answers. The month he started this, there were 8 trivia questions on his blog, and the next month there were 19 trivia questions, and then the month after that, 30. So as I'm reading that, in my head, what I'm doing here is putting together a table. I'm going to put this over here on the right side. I don't got a lot of room for this. So as we did before, we have what we call our term number, and all these sequences start at 1, like the line leader, and continue on. Then you have what we call the term value. And this first month, we are starting off at 8 trivia questions. And then the next month, we are at 19. And then the next month, we are at 30, and so on. So part A says describe the pattern. Describing the pattern, what I am looking for is each month, I don't have a lot of room here, increasing by 11 each month. And what that means then is this is an arithmetic sequence, because the common difference in this case is a plus 11, plus 11, plus 11, plus 11. Arithmetic sequence, the common difference, D for difference, is 11 then. So then we continue on part B, determine how many trivia questions will be on months 4, 5, and 6. So keep adding 11, keep adding 11, keep adding 11, and so on. Part C, represent the number of trivia questions on Juan's blog for the first 6 months as a numeric sequence. Then represent that as using table of values. Oh, so letter C, we just basically did, okay? We organized it already into a table, and that's what part C was asking us to do. So we are good to go. Same thing on happening review, question 2. Contestants on a popular game show have an opportunity to randomly select a cash prize in 6 hidden containers. The highest possible cash prize is $25,000. Then it drops down to $5,000. That makes sense. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing here. This is going to be what we call as our term number, and then our term value. We're starting off in the sequence with the line layer, which in this case is quite a bit, 25,000. And then the next prize is 5,000. And the next prize after that is just 1,000. And we're going to do the same thing. What is going on here? Describe that pattern to me, to 25,000, to 5,000, to 1,000. What is occurring on that? It's definitely decreasing, so I'm going to write it right here. It's decreasing by, okay, now it's not going adding 11 like the last one was. It's not subtracting 11 like the last one was. It's decreasing by a little bit more than that. And what it's doing here is 25 to 5 to 1. It's being divided by 5. So we want to think about this as divided by 5 as a multiplication. Division of 5 is the same thing as multiplication by a fifth. So when we write these, we are decreasing by 1/5 of the original. And what that means then is we are geometric. It's a geometric sequence where the common ratio, R for ratio, is 1/5, okay? So as we've been doing that the last few days, bring it all together, and let's find out all 6 containers here. So 4, 5, and 6 is what we want to continue on. 1/5 of 1,000 is 200. 1/5 of 200 is 40. And 1/5, I'll write this off to the side, of 40 is 8. So finally, if you get down to the 6 cash prize, you get a measly $8. All right, that should do it.